Okay, let's talk a little bit more about control on our foundational pyramid. When I think of control, I think about all of your body and how you're handling and engaging with your equipment.
I
Yeah,
think a big
go ahead.
piece, sorry, I think a big piece of control is knowing the level of control that goes into emotion versus there's times when release of control is also just as important as being able to,
Yeah,
I don't know, being able to be like 100% in control. It ties to grip really strongly there, I think.
I think of control a little bit about like your body too. When I'm doing thumb flips, what is my free hand doing? Like just being in control of the fact that it's straight by your side and just like not doing anything strange. Um, as well as like what do you have to do to keep the thumb flips going? Because like when you start the exercise and when you stop the exercise, that's different than like the continuous motion that's happening in the middle. And I always think of control as kind of like the maintaining the current motion. So what do I have to do to like keep my thumb flips nice and consistent and keep my free hand still, which is maybe different than how I started or how I stopped the exercise.
right. I completely agree. When I'm thinking about control, a word I use like closely with that all the time is the word engage, because I think of what am I engaging to control my equipment. So I know a bunch of people across the country always say like engage your abs. Watch this, I'm about to engage my abs. I look so much taller because I'm engaging things, right? And it's just so natural to not do those things. And we say those things all the time, like engage your core. But thinking about that with your equipment, if my wrists are like this, as soon as I'm in control of my equipment, my wrists look different. So thinking about those little details of how you can be in control are super important.
Yeah, control definitely plays a big part. I think it really comes down to body in a much different way than the other fundamental layers come into play. It is the like awareness of your weight in space and in like with your equipment. Because if you're not in control of like your abs or your whole body and your face, like there's a lot going on. But even in controlling your equipment, all the different, like I think of just flag techniques, you have a different amount of control when you're doing cones. Each hand has a different role in the control of cones. We've talked about how like you have to have the power in both hands, but you also need to be aware of which hand is doing more of the rotating
And where?
in space and time.
Yeah.
And it's not always equal, but it is always changing. So being able to understand control is going to make a big difference in your awareness once you get to more complex skills beyond fundamental skills. Being able to know what's needing to be controlled and what's needing to be more free is going to be a big game changer, especially with like tosses too.
I like that
Like
we're talking about body because we were talking about body and grip a lot as well. So like how your body's in contact with your flag. I think of that as well, like thinking about like a neck roll. You have to do something with your body to control your flag. You can't just stand there, right? So how are you in control of your flag? There are so many moving parts to that. So when you get into those technical skills, it's so important that your students know just a general idea of how control works, no matter where it is on your body.
I think people forget sometimes with body rolls that the flag doesn't just do it
There
because
you
you
go.
put it there. Like you are in control at every or need to be in control and vary the control because sometimes there's like I think like pinch grip, which you know joins in with grip a little bit, but are you controlling it or is gravity controlling it? Uh, they're also cool.
Yeah, and like
Color is so cool.
with choreography too, like we tend to have choreography that all kind of moves or spins in the same direction until we have like a direction change.
Yes.
And especially if you have like really difficult, really fast sort of choreography, the flag's just kind of going, and you're just kind of like sticking your hand in there to like make it stay in the right direction. And so really like the flag's gonna move. You have to just make sure that you're controlling it the right way so it does exactly what you want in the plane that you want. And that's sort of how I've always seen control too. It's like the flag's going, you have to make sure that it does the right thing.
Absolutely.